You're watching the Workplace series. Today's topic is communication problems. Hi, I'm Angie. Thanks for joining me here at Life Squared.
Welcome to Life Squared, brought to you by the Perfectly Imperfect Network, from imperfect folk everywhere.
Communication problems. The number one problem employers have. We have some tips on how you can eliminate or at least make some headway on these communication problems. Number one, make sure the employees you are talking to understand your verbiage, your jargon, the words you're using. That is the easiest thing to fix. Make sure that they understand, because we understand language, verbiage, and jargon based on our own culture and history. So number one, make sure your people understand the language you are using. Number two, emotional barriers and falsehoods create problems with communication. For example, jumping to conclusions, or when you say something and you don't explain yourself completely, people will come to conclusions that are mostly false, or they have some sort of barrier. They've got an attitude about what you're saying. Usually, a lot of it's based on gossip around the business, but nevertheless, make sure you break down those barriers and those falsehoods. Part of that is being aware of it, being, hands-on with your own business. Number three, intentions. What you want them to get from what you're saying. The conversation you're having, the meeting you're having. Ask questions so you can understand whether they understood you or not. Very simple. Just go around the room and ask questions so you can know if your message got across. Don't assume. Number four, nonverbal communication. This can counter what you're saying. People have backgrounds where they are with a lot of people that gaslight them, with a lot of people that have emotional abuse, sarcasm, and it can make them look for your nonverbal language and let it speak to them versus what you're actually saying. So make sure your nonverbal language and your verbal language match. Number five, expectations and prejudices. Make sure you're treating all employees the same. Be careful about your prejudices. Be aware of your own prejudices and expectations. You have to be fair. Sometimes you like somebody, they're not as capable, you end up doing too much for them. And that hurts the morale in the whole business. Number six, I mentioned a little bit before, but cultural differences makes us understand language sometimes a little bit differently. Also, you got to understand that language is evolving, and what a word used to mean to a younger generation, it might not mean the same thing. Also, cultural. Also, remember, sometimes you have people that maybe your language is their second language. So make sure you're aware of that. Again, ask questions to see if they understood the message you were trying to send. Number seven, too much information at once. Make sure you keep the flow of information reasonable for someone to be able to comprehend. When you get too much, you get information overload and none of your message gets across. So there you have it. Workplace series, communication problems. We hope this helps you with your communication problems at your place of business. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends about us. Just keep coming back and watching. We have quite a few episodes now in our workplace series. We invite you to watch each and every one of them. They're free to you. Please watch them. And remember, I'm Angie Lynn, and I want to thank you for joining me here at Life Squared.
We really appreciate you joining us today at Life Squared on the Perfectly Imperfect Network. To get more content, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions or feedback, we'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Thanks for watching.